Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Alan and I'm here to tell you some tips and tricks on how to survive quarantine when you're living by yourself. Being an introvert, sometimes people assume that I have an area forte in thriving when I am cut off from other people. But being a human, I can tell you that I too crave human interaction, and it's a tough time for us all. When I'm not able to physically interact with my friends, I have to find other ways to cope with that loneliness. One of the tools I have at my disposal is called the phone book. So looking at my contact list, I don't have a lot of friends. I only have about 50 contacts, and in this day and age, I'm just a little shy to ask for phone numbers, I suppose. I do, however, have over 1,000 contacts on Facebook. First of all, even in the current climate, there's still a substantial number of people who trust Facebook enough to give them their phone numbers. So if you go into your privacy settings, I'm sure you can find some kind of export contact functionality, and then you can export all those phone numbers and put them into your phone. So I can now go down my contact list and start calling my friends one by one. For example, Ali, Ashley. Who the heck's Ashley? I don't think I've ever met an Ashley in my life. Even with 1,000 contacts, you divide 1,000 by 10, you get sets of 100 sets of people. And if you call 10 people per day, that'll last you about 3 months. And at the beginning of quarantine, I was like, there's no way COVID-19 is gonna last over 3 months, right? Like, come on, that's ridiculous. But here we are. So when you cycle through your contacts a few times, eventually some of your friends might start blocking you, ignoring you, not responding to you, giving you a restraining order, and that's just life. Sometimes friendships don't last forever and you have to move on. When you've run out of friends to talk to, there are people you can pay to talk to you. For example, at my workplace, I get a heavily subsidized access to a behavioral therapist, and I set up 2 sessions per month, and I get to talk with my therapist for an hour every 2 weeks. And then I also started having trouble sleeping at night, and so I booked an appointment with a sleep doctor, and we have a bi-weekly hour appointment to talk about my sleep problems and how I can make my sleep a little better. I'm also a One Medical member, meaning that I get access to their teledoc services. What that means is I have an app on my phone called One Medical, and I can pull up the app, put in a symptom, and start trying to video chat one of the people who are on call. I put in symptoms like an itch in my throat, an itch on my body, an itch on my feet. And somebody would usually an old lady somewhere in the Midwest, a doctor of course, very professional doctor, who would just pick the phone and start talking to me about my problems. I find that a very good conversation starter these days is to say, I think I might have COVID-19. But you don't want your life to revolve around symptoms. That's just depressing, right? Like, we all have to share a laugh, share some food, and share some drink together. One thing I find that you can do here is to order food delivery. But that's usually, if you try the contact list options, that's usually it's not very engaging. If you install one of those smart home devices on your door where you can get a video feed to the outside of your apartment, then when somebody delivers your food, you can see them and you can have a short exchange. Exchange a joke here and there. You can talk to them over your door without actually physically interacting with them. It's safe and fun to do. And here's the thing, right? If you order all of your stuff together in a bundled deal, it's cheaper, but at the same time, it's a very short interaction. So what you can do is to space out your purchases. You order a coffee in the morning, and then you order some Instacart to get your groceries, and then you can order lunch, and you can order an appetizer first, and then order an entree from some other place. And you can do the same thing with dinner. You want to space out your deliveries so that you can have multiple people come up to your door and you can see them through your smart home device and have a short conversation. You also want to try using the different apps out there, as there are people from all walks of life. But some people choose to work for DoorDash and other people choose to work for Uber Eats or Postmates. You want to diversify your options. Order from everywhere as many times as you can and really relish that short interaction you get with people, because that's all you got. But at the end of the day, you're still living by yourself at home, and there's no persistent social interaction that can really keep you happy. One thing I've done in my home is that I set up as many screens as possible. So on each of my screens, I can stream a video, a looping video, a playlist of some sort, and so that there's always another person's presence in my house. For example, in my living room area, I have a giant TV, and it's constantly playing YouTube, specifically this person named MadFit. I exercise with her every single day. She is phenomenal, one of the most genuine people I've ever met on YouTube. And so she has a lot of workout videos. And I have a playlist like that's just on a loop. And in my living room area, MadFit is just constantly working out. And sometimes I go join her on her workouts, and other times I go to my work desk and do other stuff. But even my work desk, I have a laptop screen and then I have a monitor screen. So on my laptop screen, I have it on a loop with Ben Morris dancing West Coast Swing. And Ben Morris is just traveling around the world dancing with all these people. I don't even know how he has so much stamina, but he goes non-stop. One dance to another, always on the competition floor, just dancing non-stop on my laptop screen. And then on my bigger monitor, I have people eating food. There's like 1 trillion hours of footage of just people eating random stuff, like pangolins, bats. We don't eat bats anymore. That's where COVID came from. But they're eating lobsters and fish and, you know, Wagyu steak, udon, ramen, noodles, I don't know. So much food. So that's also on a loop. So as you see, in my home, there's just these big screens with activity, and it's as if I am a part of that life. At the end of the day, your happiness can't depend on other people, because it's not something you can control, and when these people go away, you're going to be sad. Happiness has to come from within. So what I recommend is to create social interactions within your own head. You can do some role playing and take on different roles, different characters. You can make up all of your friends. You can live in a world where you are all of your friends. And then you will never have to depend on other people ever again. That is how you achieve true happiness. What I'm about to show you might seem a little weird, but I assure you this is perfectly normal, and this is the ultimate way to achieve happiness when you're living by yourself during quarantine.
Woof, 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 meow, meow, meow. Cuckoo. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Cuckoo. Caw, caw. Oot, oot. Moo. Oot, 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 oot. Moo. What does the fox say? My name is Alan, and I hope you like this video.